Robbie reviewed this very eloquently on the show last week, and he made a very convincing argument for why the film is brilliant. And I think he was talking about it as one of the best of the year, and he's very excited. And it was brilliant listening to somebody that was so excited about the film and had got so much out of it. I didn't get that much out of it as Robbie did. I think there are things about it that are great. So the first thing to say is that when I heard first that Tarantino was involved in in inverted commas, Manson movie, my heart did sink, because it's one of my least favourite genres. And actually, I think one of the surprises, because of things that we can't talk about, but I think it is actually one of the least exploitative, in inverted commas, Manson films I've seen. And I thought that was an impressive part of it. I think it is clearly made with a huge amount of passion for the era. I think it's also fantastically ill-disciplined, and there's more shoe leather in this film than I've seen in many. There's more shots of people walking from one place to another, because now Robbie was talking about this as saying that his interpretation of it was that they were living in a period when time was running out, but they didn't realise that time was running out. And I think that's a very convincingly put argument. I don't buy it for a minute, but I think it's a very good argument. I don't think that that's the case. I think that it's the bagginess of the storytelling. It basically means that there are whole sections like Brad Pitt up on the roof with it doing which you just should be gone. I also think there are things like the Bruce Lee scene, which I thought was unforgivable. I mean, just flat out unforgivable. And anyone with any discipline would have just said that's coming out, although it's a setup for a gag. I think the way it looks is gorgeous. There's never been any question that that you can inhale the cinema of Tarantino. I think there are certain moments in it that were very funny, and certain moments in it that were actually really weirdly, surprisingly moving. But I did feel once again, and at the risk of sounding like a stuck record, that for me, what I want is precision and concision. You don't get that from Tarantino. What you get is you wander into this world and you sort of inhabit it for a very long time. And then about 2 hours in, it stops and there's a voiceover which explains a whole bunch. You just think you've had 2 hours and now there's a voiceover explaining a whole bunch. It's like, what were you doing for the 2 hours? And again, I would say that my frustration with Tarantino is because there are moments when he demonstrates how brilliant he is that I just expect more from him. Again, stock record time. I think his best film is Jackie Brown. I think it's the one film in which not everybody talks like a Tarantino character. There is a young character in this who talks exactly like a Tarantino character, and I kind of felt like, okay, we're back in that world again. So the things that delighted and pleased me were that there are, as I said, it's completely. I don't think it is exploitative at all, and I really enjoyed the things that we can't talk about. And I thought that there was, you can feel the love of cinema in it, but I thought it was fantastically ill-disciplined and indulgent, and I thought there was certain just whole blocks in it that seriously somebody just would have gone, that's a DVD extra. Just take that out and put it in the DVD extra and take it down to, 120 minutes.